Okay. Oh, no, that means you can't have them. Oh, that's fine.
Mommy?
Yeah.
I feel like play with my Play-Doh.
Yeah, you are playing with your Play-Doh.
Miss, I feel like play with my ice cream Play-Doh now.
Okay, it's all there.
I can play right here.
Okay.
And it's sorting away. Get on cones. Get cones. And where's the other cup? Where's the other cup?
Which other cup?
The other cup of
1 second.
And the next time your foot is flexed, extend the leg all the way down and let it root onto the floor. Circle your right knee. And holding onto the right leg, open it up to the side. Reach from underneath and apply some traction, give it a pull. Heavy the left side with your left palm. And start to knit the front of the rib cage in toward the center line. So both sides of the ribs draw in. And right away, that will create some tone in the belly, in the middle of the body. And keep pulling on that right side. Flex the right leg. And then draw the knee into the center. Open the right arm and take the right knee across. Breathe across the chest. Inhale, reach through the left toes. And as you exhale, turn your head to the right. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Reach through your right arm. Let this draw you onto your back. Pull both knees in. And circle your knees. Hopefully this is a pleasant feeling, but if it's an unpleasant feeling, just pay attention to where those snags are. Holding on to the front of the left shin. It's always nice to switch the lacing of the fingers. Extend it through the right leg and begin to work your ankle, flexing and pointing. And do try to bring it up into the legs. So exaggerate the flexion in both directions. Pointing toes away from you and pulling toes toward you. Draw the leg itself closer to you. And then the next time the foot is flexed, exaggerate it. Maybe even add a little weight with your hand. Or press into the leg. And then send the leg all the way down. Let it root onto the floor. Circle the left knee. Stabilize the right side, draw the ribs in toward each other for the stability. Heavy the right leg with the right palm. And engage the right leg's quadriceps as well. Open the left knee out to the side. Stabilize through the middle. Reach from underneath your left leg and add some traction. Pull your leg. And then draw the knee into the middle. Open your left arm and twist across. Bring the knee over. I should have mentioned to shift your hips to the left first. Reach through your right toes at the crown of your head. And on your next exhale, turn your head to the left. The tendency is for that outer left hip to roll toward the shoulder. Instead, roll it toward your opposite foot. And you can even experiment with drawing the right hip, the bottom one, toward your right shoulder, just to get a sense of that level pelvis. Draw your spinal column forward and widen the front body, widen across the chest. Left ear toward left shoulder. Take a complete round of breath. Reach through your left arm. Let this roll you onto your back. Pull your knees in. Super tight squeeze. And then rock up to sit. And get your props. Gather your props. Have your one block in front of you at its shorter height, its flatter height. And the other block to the side of you at its medium or highest height. And you're going to take a blanket and you want to roll it up. And then you'll have a strap just nearby. We won't need that for a little bit. You're going to sit with your toes tucked under you. And you're going to sit back on your heels. And just get a sense of this. If that's too much, you can take the block that's to the side and use that like a little crutch with it in front of you to take the weight off your toes. So there's less, but still some. And take a few rounds of breath here, dropping the shoulders so they have a tendency to creep up. And the tailbone has a tendency to kind of flare back. See if you can put the weight of your sits bones on the heels. So you're trying to squeeze your heels in toward each other, the inner ankles close. You can rest your hands in your lap if that's comfortable enough. Knit the ribs in, finding tone in the pelvic floor, belly. And take a few rounds of breath. Come forward. You're going to come onto the top of your feet, but before you do that, just smack them out on the ground a little bit. And you're going to take your blanket roll and place it above your heels. So, and then slide it up just a little bit higher, so it's over the ankles. And then you're going to take your block in front of you. You're going to lean back, lift the knees, and slide the block under the bottom of your knees. So you're sitting on a blanket and your knees are on the block. Slide your hand just below the knee and pull the skin of the knee toward the quadriceps. And then once again, you can rest your hands in your lap. And I'm looking calm. For me, this isn't too bad, but this could be really painful. So you would want to stay forward to take the pressure off. but still have some. Or try to sit up tall, resting the hands. Take a few rounds of breath. Awareness of drawing the inner ankles toward one another. And notice that one might be harder than the other to draw in. And then come on forward, lift your knees, slide the block out, move both blocks forward toward the front of the mat, slide the blanket behind you a little bit more, and sit on your feet. It might feel a lot easier. And take a few rounds of breath here, completely breathing up through the inhale, pausing at the top, and exhaling all the way to the bottom of the breath. One more round like that, inhale. And exhale. Leaning forward, tucking your toes under. Feel the blanket just below the heels, and your fingertips will be out in front of you. So come onto your fingertips. You're going to roll back to your heels, which will land on the blanket, and try to be here in a squat. Feet are mostly flat, the heels are elevated. And press your arms against your legs and lift the front of the spine. Let the tailbone sink heavy. If it's not possible to be in this deep of squat, you could do this more at a height where your hips are in line with your knees. Take your hands behind you on fingertips. This is a little tricky. See if you can move your knees back to the floor and sit on your heels. So you're back in that toes pose with the toes tucked under. Whew, take a round of breath. Sort of exhilarating and painful, but there's a bit of a rush from it. Take your hands forward. This time, if you want to try it without your hands on the floor, you still can use them as a counterbalance, have them forward, and see if you can rock back to your heels. Or have the fingers on the ground to try that. Squeeze your belly and start to lengthen your legs somewhat. Don't straighten them all the way. Keep a nice knee bend. Widen your feet. And my heels are still on the blanket. It's really nice to do a forward bend with the heels elevated. And rest the trunk on the legs as though the legs were a bolster. Drop the head. Turn the head left and right. And move the head up and down. Hollow the belly. Knit the ribs in as you rest on your leg. Literally try to do that. And then you can slide a palm and the elbow into each palm. Cup the elbows and slide them forward so they align with the top of the head, the top of your ears. Let your sides lengthen out. And push down through the heels. Spread the balls of the feet. And take a few rounds of breath here. Release your hands, lean onto the toes, lift your heels, and slide the blanket. You can put it to the side. Walk your hands forward and your feet farther back, pedaling through your feet, lengthening toward your down dog. Separate the feet a little bit wider.
And then lean toward your hands. Put the weight between your thumb and your index fingers. Spiral your biceps forward. Bend your knees. Lift your pelvis way up. Knit your front ribs together, firm the belly, and take the pelvis even higher. Keep doing all those things, and then start to stretch your legs and press the heels toward the ground. Inhale, lifting the heels high, bend the knees quite a bit, and then walk your feet, taking full steps up to where your hands are. Inhale, bend your knees, flip your sits bones back and your heart forward. Exhale, fold and drop your head. Press the hands into the floor. Inhale, coming up. Lift through the chest, drop the tailbone, reach the arms up. Up, up, up. Lift through the fingertips, and then bring your hands to your heart. Take a complete rounded breath. Release your hands down, turn your hands forward, externally rotating the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Lift your left foot and take a slow step back to the back of the mat. So that left foot extends first. Tuck the toes behind you. Plant the back toes down. Lower your knee, your back knee to the ground, and raise both blocks to the same height. Place them under the hands. Let your hips sink forward, hands are on the blocks, and lift your chest up. Feeling a nice stretch from that left side, up that left quadricep, left hip flexor, all the way up to the chin. Drop the shoulders and breathe. On your next breath, you'll straighten both legs at the same time. Front and back leg goes straight. Lift either, you can leave your right foot pressing down or lift the whole foot off the floor so you're on the back of the heel. Inhale, send your tailbone back. It's gonna wanna tuck under you. Instead, send it back and squeeze the hips together. Keep pulling your right toes back toward you if you've made that choice, dorsiflexion. Shoulders down. And then bend both knees, tap the back knee down, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, straighten both legs at the same time, dorsiflex the foot. Start to turn your right foot externally and internally, feeling the inner hamstrings and outer hamstrings here. Some of you will have to focus more than others to find that sensation, but I think we can all find it if we concentrate into the leg. So the foot is in flexion, dorsiflexion, and you're internally and externally rotating the leg. Bring it forward towards center, bend the front knee. Move your blocks, plant both hands to the ground, and step your right foot back. Come into high plank. Make everything strong. Fire up your legs, squeeze them in. Draw your stomach muscles in, knit the ribs, and lean forward. Bend the knees to the ground, and then retighten everything. Extend your tailbone. You can lift your heels up, lean past your wrists. Feel your shoulder blades catch. Close the front ribs, and lower slowly past chaturanga to the mat. Toes are pointed, tailbone tucks toward the heels. Slide your hands slightly forward, shrug your shoulders forward, up toward the sky. Squeeze your elbows together. Retuck the tailbone, pull the belly in, and low cobra here. Start to lift using your back muscles. Feel as though someone's pulling you from your back up. Squeeze your elbows toward each other. Deepen the armpits. Curl up a little more. It's a lot of work when you use your back. Push through your thumbs and come all the way back down. Whew. It's a funny pose. Tuck your toes under, firm the legs. Place the hands farther back under the elbows. Breathe in, get tall, and then exhale, push yourself straight up. Bend the knees quite a bit. Lay your torso in the direction of your legs, like a bolster again. Hips are high. Lift the pelvis even higher. Firm the belly. And then stretch the legs, press through the heels. Relax the jaw, the tongue, and breathe. Inhale, lift the heels way up, bend the knees, and take a nice walk, really working through the feet all the way to where your hands are. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Coming up, lift through the heart, rise. And return the hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, diving through. Inhale, looking up. Pick up your right leg and extend that right leg slowly back. Tuck the right toes under, lower the knee to the ground. Place the hands on the blocks. Inhale, raise your chest up. Let the shoulders drop, close the ribs, engage the muscles on the right leg to have more sensation in the right hip flexor, quadriceps. Lift the chin. So it's a bit of a back bend. Just allow the sensation to grow. Firming the hips here. Start to straighten both legs at the same time. Pull that outer left hip back. Same tendency as when we're lying on the floor. The hip will hike toward the shoulder. Take the other hip slightly forward. Leave the ball of the left foot on the floor or flex the foot so only the back of the heel remains on the ground. Firm your left quadriceps. Pull that left thigh back more and see if you can take the tailbone back too. Ooh. And that, for me, gets me into some sensation, which is good. I do have my hands on the blocks, but I'm trying to also draw the arm bones into the shoulder socket. And then rebend the front knee, tap the back heel down, lift the chest up. Straighten both legs at the same time. If you've chosen to dorsiflex that front foot, start to internally and externally rotate the leg. Cleaning out that hip socket. Getting in there. And slow it down if you don't feel anything. So you can concentrate on sensation on the outer hamstrings, inner hamstrings. Bring your mind there. And then center it. Bend your front knee. Lower the back knee down. Move the blocks. Plant the hands onto the floor. Re-straighten your back leg. Step into plank, left leg back. Push into the floor, knit the front ribs. Draw shoulder blades down the back and make your legs super strong. Tip forward this time, maybe no knees down. Lower past chaturanga, pausing there, and then keep going. Point the toes, tailbone back. Shrug the shoulders, clip the elbows, cobra pose. Use your back to pull you up. Push down into your feet, onto your shins. Hips go back to your heels. Child's pose. Full rounded breath, inhale. Exhale. Draw your belly to your spine, rolling up. Sitting on the tops of the feet, Vrajasana. Sit up tall. And then lift to your shins. Stand up onto your shins. Take your hands to the top of the buttocks. Fingers facing up. Fingers could also be down, but I think up is better. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down. Clip or try to squeeze your elbows toward one another. Drop your tailbone, lift the front of the pelvis, and grow up. Make the sides of the neck strong. Keep squeezing the elbows together to strengthen the back body. And think of going up way more than you're thinking about a back bend. So think of somehow growing your spine tall. And then maybe turning the face to look up. But don't let the head fall. Keep the neck strong. Firm the ribs. And just see where the body wants to go. Squeeze the belly. Inhale, come forward onto your hands and knees. Cow pose, let the hips go high, the belly drops. Look up. Tuck your toes, pull the legs back, downward dog. Shake out the head. Press down into your left foot and see if you can keep that left heel rooted as you sweep the right leg up. Straighten that right leg, reach through the toes, square your shoulders. Externally rotate that right leg. Bend the knee, activating the posterior chain of that back leg. And open up that hip, lift the outer knee up. You might even feel a cramp. Really work those muscles. Square the hips back toward the floor and point your right toes. Draw your knee forward toward your face. Look forward and plant the right foot. Come on to blocks. Tap your back knee down, wave your chest up. Start to deepen this more toward a back bend here. Stretch both legs straight. Tap the back knee down. Inhale, wave the chest up. Exhale, walk your blocks forward, out to the front of the mat or beyond. Push down onto your right foot. Modified warrior 3 with the blocks. Square your hips and lift that back leg up. Plant your right foot down. Bend the knee just a little bit to allow that right hip socket to hold the right femur head. Reach your head forward and knit your ribs. Bend your right leg and draw your left knee up toward your tummy. Slowly roll up to stand. You'll be on your right leg. Interlace your hands behind the bottom of your left leg. Stand tall. The temptation is to slide back, so we're going to slide a little bit forward, more toward the ball of the right foot. Stabilize, drop your shoulders, stay here, or start to sling using the hammock of your hands, your left leg forward. Bend the knee, and straighten, and bend, and straighten, hold. Whatever degree it's stretched out straight, dropping the shoulders, lifting through the head. Full rounded breath. Bend your right leg, bend the left leg. Release the hands, reach them overhead, Karate Kid style. Drop your left foot, chair. Start to raise your heels up. And lift your heels high. Reaching through the arms, but the heels are really the focus. For 3. And 2. And super slowly, resist gravity as you lower your heels and fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step the feet back, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Beautiful. Plant those hands down. Knit the front ribs and open up your left hip. Hug the forearms in. Good. Now bend that top leg. Bring your heel toward your buttock. But I saw some of you just kind of casually do that. See if you can, like you're making muscles in the back of the leg. Wake up that posterior chain. Your butt muscle, your hamstrings. Can you engage them as you squeeze your back toes toward your butt? Re-square your shoulders, but keep that hip open and lift that outer left knee up. It's gonna take some work. Can you get it? Find some muscles to lift that leg. Nice, beautiful. Point your toes, re-straighten the legs, square the hips, and draw your knee to your nose round. Push in here, lean even more forward. Most of you, yes, even more. Shoulders, Louise, think shoulders. Good, then step that left foot forward. That's the ticket. Good, lower the back knee down. Inhale, lift the chest. Yeah, blocks are good. Good, good, good. Find that deep curl in your back. Yep, yep, yep. Nice, beautiful. Plant the hands on the blocks, straighten the legs at the same time. Rebend the front leg. Have the hands on the blocks. Push down into that left foot. Modified warrior 3. Pick that back leg up. Square your hips. Close the front ribs. So I just hang here like I'm a big old hammock. I'm gonna try not to do that. So I'm gonna knit those front ribs together. Then draw the right knee into the chest, right to your tummy, and start to roll up. Keep a little knee bend on that left side. Opposite lacing of the fingers, hammock below your right leg. Support it like a sling. Lean a little forward toward the ball of your standing foot. Squeeze your hips together and straighten, whatever that means for your body, that right leg out. Let the right leg be super heavy in the hands. Bend and straighten and bend and straighten and bend. Reach the arms up, bend your standing leg, right knee's bent as well. Karate Kid. Feel this in your core. Sit down, chair. Bring the palms to face the floor, arms in line with the shoulders. Draw the arm bones in, lift the heels. Balance here, slightly different variation. Maybe take it lower. Maybe a little lower. Balancing just above the heels perhaps. Bring the hands to the blocks. Lower the knees to the ground. Woo. Sitting back onto your heels. That toes pose again. Opening the feet. It's brutal, but it has a pretty big payoff in terms of opening up the feet and ankles. Use your blocks. If you don't need to, you don't need to use them, but if you need them, take them out in front of you and see if you can rock back onto your heels without the blanket there. It's not necessarily possible, but just see if you can try. And then lift the heels and super slowly lower the knees back to the ground. Walk your knees to make sure they're on your your mat, and then pad your knees up with a blanket. for more comfort. Come up onto your knees. Toes can be tucked under you or pointed. Take the hands to the back, fingers facing up or down, but I prefer up. Shrug the shoulders up, back and down. Clip your elbows in. Tailbone is heavy. Inhale, start to look up. Can you keep the sides of your neck strong? So one thing is keeping those ribs knitting in. Keep going up. And then if it's part of your practice, reach back for the heels or ankles. When you get there, pull up on them. So alternatively, you can use those blocks back by your feet and push down into the blocks. Actually feels awesome for me. Lift the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades so it's not quite as deep with the blocks. Or hold the ankles, whichever you prefer. Breathing. Push down into the shins, make your way back up and forward. Come onto your hands. Walk your knees back. Move the blanket off to the side again. Inhale, cow pose. Tuck your toes, push back, down dog. And you might notice that your heels are resting more easily on the floor. That somehow your pose feels just more comfortable. And then walk your feet up to where your hands are. We're gonna flow through some of this to get more heat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, the arms high. Lift up onto your toes. Pause there and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Resist gravity, lower the heels, fold forward. You just might find everything's deeper. Inhale, flat back. If you're comfortable to try, jump to low push-up or step back. A proper up dog, roll over the toes, lift the knees, open up your chest, widen your back, long neck, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Open up the hip. Bend the knee, lift the other knee up. Squeeze the butt. Plant that left heel down. Square the hips. Step your right foot up. Place the hands on the blocks. Tap your left knee down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stretch both legs straight at the same time. Dorsiflex the foot. Bend your back knee. Tap it down. Inhale, lift the chest. Also the front knee. Exhale, claw. Reach your hands forward. Step up, warrior three. Maybe lift the hands. Maybe have the arms forward. Bend your right leg just a little. Draw left knee in as you rise to stand. Arms up to the sky, or sling your leg. Straighten your left leg. Hold steady here. Breathe. Melt the arm bones into the shoulders. Lean slightly forward. Level across the pelvis. Bend the left knee. Take your left hand to the front of the shin. Extend your right arm out. Open the left hip. Turn the head to the right. Bring the knee back into the middle. Hands to the heart. Tip forward. Hands can go to the blocks or not. Stretch your left leg back. Bend your right leg. Warrior two. Let's take a little opening here. Open the chest. Bend that right knee. Reach beyond your right leg. Externally rotate the right arm. Reach it by your right ear. Reverse warrior. With your left hand, take the skin and comb it up toward the armpit. And then relax your left hand back and reach farther. Stretch your right leg straight. Right hand down, left arm up. Your blocks are there if you want them. Push to the ball of your right foot. Open here. Reach your left arm forward and take both your blocks and turn both your feet over to your left side. Walk your blocks, I'm going to turn toward you. Walk your blocks forward so they're like almost down dog arms, or very much like that. Push through your hands and drop the head. Lift the arm bones up. Let your torso now just hang. Relax the sides of the neck. Firm the inner legs. And then walk your hands off the blocks. Actually, move your blocks first back to the front of the mat. Walk your hands back and drop the head. Engage your quadriceps. Plug the heels in. You're going to be turning, walking your hands to the right, turning back to the front of the mat. Step your back foot forward, feet land together. Inhale, pull the heart through, sitting bones back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, reach up to chair. Elevate your heels. Bring the palms parallel toward the floor, in line with your shoulders. Slide the arm bones in. Sit down, sit down. Ooh, bringing it down. Press the hands, optional crow pose to jump back to chaturanga, or just step back and we'll meet you in down dog. Holding crow. If you choose, lift your heels to your bum. Stretch the arms. Look forward. Jump those feet back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale, left leg up. Squeeze the back of the leg open hip. Square your hips. Draw knee toward nose. Step that left foot through. Hands to blocks. Tap the back knee down. Wave the chest up. Stretch both legs straight. Pull. Bend the front knee, tap the back leg down, lift the chest. Lift the back knee, walk your hands forward. Warrior 3 with the hands on blocks, or at the chest, or out in front. Stay and breathe. Bend your standing leg, draw your right knee in, arms up to sky, or go back to the other way, slinging the leg. Lean slightly forward, stretch your right leg straight. Stay and breathe. Level the hips. Hold the front of the right shin, bending that right knee. Take the left arm out. Open your knee to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Balance. Bring it back to the middle. Arms extend. Bring the hands to the heart. Use the blocks or not. Extend your right leg back. Bend your left leg. Warrior 2. Opening up. Reach beyond your left knee. Externally rotate left arm. Reach the left arm over the ear. With the right hand, sweep the left side up toward the armpit, irrigating that lymph. And then just rest that right hand. You might notice a big increase in flexibility as you reach back. Straighten your front leg. Reach your left side long. Triangle, left hand down. Right arm up. Knit your ribs. Breathing here. Enjoy all the opening of your sides, your arms. So nice, you guys. Just let the sun shine on your body. Except Louise. Sorry, Louise. Opening here. Breathing. Good. Beautiful. Take that top arm over the ear. Gorgeous. Bring it in front of the face and turn your feet to the right. Walk your blocks out in front of you. So you're in this strange sort of pyramid dog. Inhale, lift your chest. And then drop the head. Just let your head hang. Lift the shoulders up. Firm your legs. Twisting here underneath the right arm. You can take your left hand to your right ankle or right shin or somewhere along that leg and turn even farther, bending the elbows, using the strength of your arms a little bit to turn you. Make sure your belly is holding you strongly so your back doesn't get torqued. And place the left hand on the block. Do the same thing, other side. Right hand reaches across and turn underneath that left arm. Engage the belly. Make sure that those tensile muscles are strong and holding your spine. And then both hands to the blocks. Walk the hands forward. Turn your feet forward. Hopefully everyone's okay. Push down through your left foot. We're just going to do this on one side. You're going to draw your right leg toward you and shoot the duck. I lied. Let's do the other side. It was so fun. Place your right foot down next to your left. Straighten both legs. So I'm really relying on my blocks unless I have very, very open ankles. Draw your left knee up. Blocks go slightly back. Squat, shoot the duck. Now we'll lie down. Both legs go forward, or sit down, I should say. Walk your blocks out in front of you. Push down through your hands and lift up tall. Let's just stay here in Dandasana for a moment. Flex your toes back toward you. Drop your shoulders. Breathe. Then extend your arms out in front of you. I'm holding the blocks. Roll down slowly, one vertebra at a time. Stretch the arms all the way back. And then bend one leg at a time. Stack your blocks at the lowest height and slide them underneath your sacrum. So kind of above the buttocks, right under the plate of the sacrum is a great spot. Stay there, get a little loud. Blocks are here, and make sure they're neatly stacked, and that you can reach your strap if you need to, which you may. Shoulders go under. Make sure your neck is really relaxing here. It's a huge chance for your neck to just soften and for you to feel what that's like. And then grip the sides of the mat and tuck your shoulders in a little bit more. And walk your right leg out. Place the back of the heel on the floor, toes of the right foot are
flex back toward you. Engage the right quadricep. Take your left knee to your body. Interlace the hands at the front of the shin if that's accessible. If it isn't, sling with your strap around the front of the shin to lengthen the arms. And then pull your knee toward your chest. Heavy the right leg. See if it can drop toward the floor a little more. And extend your tailbone toward your right foot. Try to keep your shoulders from sliding up. Relax your jaw. Kind of let the chin melt toward the back of the head. If you're feeling fancy, you could sling the hands behind the left leg and straighten that left leg. Or use the strap. Outer left hip slides away from you. You could practice even hiking the right hip up a little bit. Rebend the knee if you straighten the leg, pull in even more. Ooh. And then place the left foot down, right foot down, bend that right knee, and pause in the supported place. Letting everything soften. Walk your left foot out, coming onto the back of that left heel. Pull the toes back toward you. And you can again sling the strap around the front of the shin to lengthen the arms or knee. And interlace the fingers alternatively, opposite lacing. Heavy the left leg, flex the toes. For me, it's really hard, but I'm trying to point my right toes and flex my left foot. And draw your right knee in, my right knee in. I'm all crooked, so I'm gonna try to align my pelvis better. Option to slide the fingers behind the leg and stretch the leg. And I'm doing this version, I'm pressing the belly of the hamstrings into the hands. And I've decided to pull. I don't know about that. Tailbone is heavy toward the left foot. And then I'm going to rebend my right leg, pull in again. I'm going to pull from the back this time. Feels really good-ish. Good. And then release the right foot down. Bend the left knee. And pull the blocks, one to the right, one to the left. Hold your bridge. Rock left and tuck your right shoulder under. Rock onto that shoulder, tuck your left shoulder under, interlace. Fire up the back body. Make those muscles that held you in cobra. Tone the back of the arms and lift your tailbone up. Flatten your belly and feel with the big toe ball mound for the floor. Lift your hips even higher, tailbone up. Push everything that's on the floor more. And lift everything that's off the floor more. And then under your arms, and one vertebra at a time, roll down. Take your time. Bring your hands to your blocks. Walk your feet together. Butterfly, the soles of the feet together touching. Slide your blocks underneath the outer leg. Let the spine be in the center. And then open your arms out to the side. Relax the muscles of the face. Relax the jaw. Take in the sounds of your space. Take a deep breath here, all the way, full tank, breathe. Hold. Exhale, side out. Find the inhale. Exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, melt into the earth. Reaching for the blocks, slide them out to the sides and stretch your legs out straight. Interlace the hands like a sling behind the head and lift the head. Peer down your body and see if anything needs to be aligned. Roll your legs internally and externally. And then hanging the head into the hands. Let the head feel supported as you rock it left and right. Give the right amount of traction to your neck. And then place your head down on the earth so that your neck is completely comfortable. Draw your arms down by your side, and just like in bridge, but maybe a tiny bit less, fold your shoulder blades underneath you, flat onto the back. So the heart is lifted. Counteract any gloominess of practicing dying. We take a deep breath here. And side out. Breathe in deeply. And exhale. Inhale. Sip in more and more. Hold. Exhale, side out. Now let the breath grow quiet. Let the body grow heavy. And release completely into Shavasana. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, almost as if you're just discovering them. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, reach your arms over your head and stretch and yawn and luxuriate in all the open space you created. Pull your left knee in, roll to your right. Come into a fetal ball here on your right side. And breathe into your back. And then press your left hand down into the floor to rise up. And find a comfortable seat. Reach your arms up to the sky. Looking up, inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. Feel the energy as the hands press toward each other. Feel the energy in the palms. Awakening the sense organs of the hands, that sensation in the hands. Press the hands close. The skin comes together. And then slide the thumbs down across the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, the lips, to the chest. Let the thumbs settle in at the breastbone and the elbows go wide. Notice how that organizes the structure of the back. And it creates enough strength for the head to sit easily on top of the spine. Big head holding all that intelligence. Imagine today, right now, that the head is this glowing crystal, illuminated from the light of the heart. And illuminated from within itself. Can you imagine yourself glowing from the inside out? Inhale deeply. Completely let the exhale go. Connecting to this light, we'll take one Om. Inhale. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. I'm gonna do a go, and I will put this session up online. I kind of got most of the stuff sent to YouTube, so you can always repeat a class if you have a channel. And I'm just moving outside. Thank you so much. Do you guys have any questions or anything? Let me know. You can email me. Ask me.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.
Oh.
Morning, Bailey. Thank you.